And so it's really nice to see like poetry taken off the page and just like embodied. I do theater at HSPVA, and I've always loved poetry and theater, but I never knew how to combine the two. And like I feel like spoken word and poetry slam has really given me an opportunity to just combine like acting and writing and everything that I love. And this poem, the next poem I'm about to say, is about my own struggles growing up, having ADD. When you have ADD, oftentimes it's hard to express what you want to say on a page. Sometimes you have to just speak, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. I grew up expecting second best for myself. I wouldn't give myself the rights I already had. I gave the other kids halos and angel wings, and they would fly right above me, acronyms plastered across my tiny forehead, an invisible piece of paper screaming ADD, like it was a bad thing. Explained by adults as, "You are different," translated into, "You are different, change," so I tried. I took all my self-worth, wrapped it in expensive gift wrap and gave it a bow, and handed it off to the other kids like buy one, get one free coupons until it was all gone. The world was a black and white playground, the school a robot factory, the kids signed an expensive waiver that sold their souls to a contrived system by the age of 20. "Excuse me, teacher, I was wondering if I could have your permission to breathe. I know it's difficult for you to process my request, as we are both human beings, but I tried. 50 milligrams of Adderall a day keeps the doctor away," and they scare you with words like, "What will happen to her when she gets off the medicine? Will she be able to make it?" The history books that I had read over and over again always had the same Declaration of Independence, for the people, by the people, but not for me. So I made my own, not simply for me, but for an entire country of kids that pop pills before they had the choice not to, the group of second best as an expensive commodity. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women have permission to be whoever they want to be, regardless of outside critique, that even when you don't feel like you are worth anything, you define your own self-worth, and furthermore, that anybody, anyone, anything that gets in the way of an individual and their own self-love does not, in fact, love his or herself enough to respect yours. That one will not be allowed to apologize for their own opinions. The history of the present state of our society is a history that we can change. It isn't located in dense, dry, dirty history books, but in our minds and our bodies and in what we create. And we're always alive with a choice. To choose empathy or to choose indifference. To choose hope or to choose pessimism. To choose forgiveness or to choose apathy. To choose to draw a line in the sand, dare yourself not to step over it, and then step over it to choose life. And with that, it leads me into my final declaration. Finally, that you have permission to be. Permission to stop the blood flow in your body by counting to infinity, because when it all comes down to it, it's up to you to breathe. Thank you.
Yeah, them two are great. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Wits, for believing in metaphor and adopting us. That sounds so cool, right? We have a home in the Houston orphanage. That's cool. All right, but and also